Hello and welcome back to CryptoContador. Today we have a very special guest with us. He is Yuke and he is the founder and the director of Bonzies. Check out the trailer. With us, you just saw our trailer for our project Bonzies, and without further ado, I would like to introduce to you guys to Yuke. Hi, Yuke. How are you, man?
Hello. Hello. How are you?
Good. Yeah, good. Doing well, man. All good around here. You? Is it cold where you are?
Good. A lot of work.
So, Yuke, for everybody, you know, Yuke, it's a nickname, or how they call the Joaquins or Joaquins. Joaquim in Swedish, and Joaquin in Spanish. So yeah, the shorter version in Swedish for the Joaquins is Yuke. Okay, so that's his nickname is Yuke. If you speak Spanish, you can call him Joaquin, and it's okay. How are you, Yuke? Well, you are Swedish.
Yeah, we are in Sweden.
You live in Sweden. You're Swedish, yes. And can you please, you know, before we continue directly into the idea, because the name of this video is about the idea. We don't want to talk about every step of the way. So you're the founder, but before we go to the specific moment when you decided, I want to do an NFT collection, can you please give us a little bit about you, because we're gonna have a video about every one of us, right, of the team. But today, just a little introduction, please.
Yeah, of course. So. I always been into businesses, creating, starting, selling, you know, the drop shipping and branding products and selling them and all that kind of stuff. I've been doing a lot of like poster art that I've been selling to.
Yeah.
You know,
you're selling on what you were selling on Instagram or?
No, on Shopify.
Shopify.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have previous experience with e-commerce and marketing.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Okay.
I've done many stores. Some failed and some did pretty good. Some I have sold and yeah. But the thing is that I got so tired of just creating stores, selling products. So I started to trade like in Ethereum and Solana on the NFT markets. Yeah, it was pretty fun, but you know, my brain starts to grind on something in the background. And I decided to start my own project. So that's
okay. So you were already into this kind of e-commerce, creating stuff, designing. Yeah. You told me about one. This is very interesting. The one with the babies, and that's the baby stuff. Can you tell us more about that before we go into it? What was it all about? Because that was one a success also, right? But
yeah, of course, yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that business in particular?
Yeah. So I created this Shopify store where people can upload the birth of their children, and they get a poster like that. It's a 70 centimeter times 70. No, 50 times 70 centimeters. So they can have the actual size of the baby in the picture.
Yeah.
Birth length.
Yeah. So the idea is like every time a baby was born, right? The parents were able to do like
the
a
website
poster.
and
exactly.
type in the information that we need to create it.
Exactly. So they get a poster personalized with the baby when he or she was born and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And that was a major success. But the thing is the time and all that stuff we were talking about, and how also that there was a factor about, I think, that also got you into this NFTs and all that stuff. And we talk about this, and you told me, you know, the part of like the community thing, the interaction, the like kind of feels like, I don't know, because I understand completely what you say, man. On the grinding, sometimes, you know, you do stuff that, okay, people likes it and everything, but this, so there is no, I don't know, no more connection, or no more after the sale. There is nothing else, and you know, that's also kind of, for me, at least personally, you know, it's, yeah, man, it can become like boring and not sad. I don't want to use the word sad, but like meaningless in a way of like not connection.
Yeah, you do the same thing all day.
All day.
Because we have to design the posters on the computer.
Yeah.
Then print it on a printer.
Exactly.
So every morning, like 2 hours, just designing every morning.
Yeah. So we talk about it also, and that monotony, that also, you know, with the NFTs, like we said, and I think now it's part, because you also came to it. It gives you a little extra, right? It's like the communities. It's very interesting what's happening. No?
Yeah, man. The NFT market is pretty new too, so a lot of things hasn't been explored yet. The opportunities is really good to create something unique.
Exactly. So you were in this, you were grinding, you also have a business, a 360 print, no?
Yeah, exactly. So we do designing car wraps for cars and boats and airplanes and spaceship and U-boats. So you do the wrapping on.
Exactly, do the wrapping, the custom wrapping. For people who doesn't understand, you know, like sometimes it's the skin, like a second skin for cars, for designing, for the
put
police,
on really big stickers.
Exactly, huge stickers. No, custom stickers, so that you can decorate like the police, the firefighters, or trucks for companies and all that.
Like if you have a fishing boat and you want some cool fishes on them and everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can do everything.
Dude, you do that, and in that you're partnered with the other team member that we're gonna have an interview, but he's on service. I don't know if he continues in there, but he's on military service. So he will come back and so okay, so was there, because this is about the idea, like for you people out there listening to us and have a little warm in the brain, saying like, maybe what was it, UK? What was it at the end of the day, the last barrier, if we may call it like that, the last, I'm gonna do this thing, like what what would you say was the,
for me, that's I always wanted to create a game, because I've always been gaming all my life, and all my friends been gaming, you know. Everyone is playing CSGO and all these games. So I always have wanted to start a game, to create a game. I've been having a game in my mind for like 10 years. I wanted to do it. You know?
So this was it. And how did you connect it? Like, why not just starting a game the regular way, and why starting a game in the NFT space? What was the, I'm gonna do it here,
started with
like anything else that I'm doing outside?
If you start a game, you got a strong community, they can give their inputs on the game and we make it like for the community. I don't think any other games out there on Steam or anything like have communities that can really make changes to the game.
Mm.
I think this is pretty unique in that way, that the community will be able to have their inputs, and we listen to them and make the changes that they think are the best or they are voting for.
Mm.
I think that is really good to make a good game for everybody.
Yeah, yeah, nice.
Yeah,
yeah. And also we were talking about how this, the idea, of course, because how those CryptoContador enters here is, that's another video and whatever. But once we got invited and we said yes, and we like the general idea because we have been working now for a couple of months together in creating from the idea in general. I will say, yes, it's always good to have a general idea how it will look and whatever, but it's gonna be changing, right? Like, would you agree with me? Like, it's don't get married, I would say, as a
the idea has changed a lot from the beginning.
As a tip for people that wants to start, and like, don't get fixated on an idea, and if that
set
idea
it in stone.
Exactly, because you're gonna have a bad time.
You want to do all this thing in the beginning, then you start doing everything, and it starts getting overwhelmed.
Yeah,
and feels like you're walking against the river.
Yeah, and also there's a flow or a river of a good ideas may not be the best, because then you have a lot, like you said, and then it's like, oh, this is good, and then or how you want to do it, with who, what, everything, because you want to do this and the art, then you have to digitalize it, right? Like, whatever you have in your mind, you have to put it in paper and in code and in programs.
Exactly. So it's a lot. You're learning a whole new space.
Exactly.
Where do you find the information? It's YouTube, and it ain't much out there.
So let's, to put it all this together and don't lose our center. You have, this is like the story, or how anybody has an idea. Anybody is able to have a million ideas of, let's do this, because it doesn't matter. Of course, it's good, I would say, if you have a little bit of experience with computers, and if you kind of design or something like that. You don't have to be the designer to be a part of an idea like this. I am not a designer. I have not even never have anything to do with the Bonzies themselves in the design or whatever, but you may have other abilities like talking, or like sharing or explaining, or being good at social media or whatever, to fit in to somebody's general idea, because this is a team game, right? You can
you can't do it by yourself.
By yourself, you're gonna, probably you can, but it's not a complex project. It's
not
you
need a lot of money if you're gonna do it by yourself.
Exactly. So also the idea that we put in this is that or one of the main discussions that we have when we were saying, like, okay, how are we gonna do this? Are we gonna try to do this organically, or are we gonna try to do this with money, or are we gonna try to do this? And that's also a part of the idea that people should consider, right? You can, because it does changes if you have a budget for marketing, or if you don't have a budget for marketing. So they say, people that knows about it, they say you have two options. You have either time or money.
Two options.
Exactly. So a combination of both. Maybe we're experimenting. We're trying right now. It's super organic growth, but we may use some money for marketing also. We are
give it a little push like that.
Exactly. But that's something that you should also, I think, for people that we're giving around tips, like for the idea to start or whatever, that's something you should consider. And the same,
exactly.
Of course, there is free shout outs, and somebody away likes your project, or somehow you have whatever, and you get a big shout out for free, and that changes all. Of course that happens. But most of the times you into your idea, you have to, in the NFT space at least, you have to put into consideration the community and how you're gonna grow, right? Yeah. So yeah, you can. So you have this, you have the idea. I want to do this. I want to create a game. Where does the Bonzies come from, man? How you get into this? What are those things? How you come into this form? Or it was just and a bunch of
how I made it in the computer.
Or no, why this shape? Why they're kind of like cats? I don't know how to call them. Or is there a general idea
playing around
with shapes? And
playing around with shapes in Blender.
Blender.
So yeah, testing a lot, trying to like I'm sculpting from the beginning.
Yeah.
Making small changes and everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in the beginning we had like a sketch. The sketch is on Twitter, so you can see it if you want. Like the first concept of it. Then I remade it in the computer. In Blender, a 3D model of it.
What are you using for?
Blender, a 3D software.
And where did you learn to use Blender for this, or you
I learned Blender for doing the Bonzies. Yeah.
So you have to put in the work. I mean, people,
absolutely.
People, you have to put in the work. Nothing comes from the air, and you have. That's what I'm saying. A little bit of experience with computer is super good because
So I've been using like.
Exactly, you have to digitalize your art because this happens in a digital form. So you have to know the bridge, or somebody has to help you with the bridge.
Yes, I have a lot of experience in Photoshop and Illustrator from the printing business. So that we all only use Photoshop and Illustrator there to make the graphics and everything. So I got some experience, but it's Blender and Photoshop does two different things.
Two different animals.
But
you know,
a lot
you're used
more
to the buttons. You used to see a lot of buttons and things, and you know all that comes with the experience of Photoshop selling. I mean, it is very helpful to have. I would say a little bit of experience with it. So Blender, you learn completely by zero in order to.
I've started the program. I've tried to learn it before, but it was so much, so I just quit it then. And then now I got when I started the Bonzies, I got a real reason to learn it.
Motivation.
Beneficial for me and everyone that's in the project too.
Exactly. So you got this, we got the Blender, you have the idea, and then what are other things that you will say to people in order to have an idea to consider if they want to start? For in general, what else you should consider? The minting part of the project you should also consider. We're going to talk about it more specific, but
you consider which blockchain you're going to be on. That's a pretty huge part. Like you have Ethereum and Solana is a big difference between them. Then you have like Polygon, Avalanche, and everything else too. Like coming new stuffs every day. Because it's launch pads coming every day almost, and a lot of stuff like that. So you have to do a lot of research and figure out what fits your project.
Exactly. So the idea is in general is like you get the idea, you're gonna have a collection, but then the minting part of it, there's something you should consider. We're gonna talk about it, about the minting specifics, but in general is how you transform each, you give it, you're minting and you're creating the new file. and because it's a file, I don't know, and then that unique file, the NFT itself, it's created, and well, it's a whole talk about it. But yes, you can do it. You can program it itself, like you can support it itself, create a website and blah blah blah, and do it yourself. But there is also a lot of now companies offering the service.
They have
take a part
service solutions.
Exactly, but they offer now a lot of minting solutions and that, so you
have
to learn to code and do all that by yourself. They're gonna take their part. It's a business. But
of course they are.
You're not gonna have to learn all that by yourself, and because it gets pretty technical, right? Like about the minting stuff. That's the most.
Because you're building your own contract, and contracts can be pretty advanced. Depends on what utility you have to the project too.
Exactly.
But if you want to start earning money pretty fast, learn how to code, and then that's a pretty good stuff too. With this NFT space, it comes a lot of other opportunities, just not making an NFT project, everything around it. You have so much to do there. That's not evolved yet.
So that's a lot of opportunities right there, and a lot of ideas. And the NFTs is not just these projects. NFTs, you can transform it into football, all the sports, all the teams, professional teams, and all types of collections, arts and museums and theaters and whatever. This is just, everything is going to be an NFT. Bitcoin is an NFT. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you have a Bitcoin, it's a token at the end of the day. We are tokenizing the whole world. So
exactly. The JPEG isn't just NFTs.
Exactly.
JPEG is just like a front of the NFT part.
Exactly. This is evolving. This is new for everybody. And I guess I will close this interview, Joker, by our personal, I would like to say and ask you, just in general, for somebody, for our community in the Discord, but also for whoever is watching this, and if they have an idea, what should we do? What should they do?
Contact me.
I can help you.
Serious. You should do the research. Give it, let's say you have an idea, give it a month to grow in the head while you're doing a research on some projects that are the same as yours, or a little the same, or something that, take the good parts from that project. They are great. They do this and they do this, and learn from that and use it to your own advantage.
Cool. I would say something like that, the same, do research, learn a little bit more, go into projects, ask around. But at the end of the day, after that month, you still are like, man, I want to do this. Go for it. Go for it without any fears of failure or success, because whatever it happens, man. It's a lot of learn, and it's a lot of learning. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of information.
It's a lot of information, but you should go for it. You should go for it, because man, nothing is going to happen if you don't go for it. You want to win the lottery, you should get the freaking ticket at least, right? So something like that happens. A lot of these things stays on the idea. And let me tell you something to finish this about my personal experience with CryptoContador, and this I've never said before. For so many years also, I always tried to have a YouTube channel. I thought it was super interesting to do something like this and participate and have a community and whatever. But the hardest part, man, is to start. You know,
Yeah.
and so just
You
go
will
for
never
it.
find a perfect opportunity to start. You just start. Don't wait for
Just
the opportunity.
exactly go for it. I had a total different idea in my mind when I started
Yeah.
CryptoContador, but
Yeah.
once you start, things are gonna start to presenting. And now look, I'm not a designer, I'm not this. I never told myself like, man, I can do this, you know, this collection
Yeah.
or whatever. Even though I like it, even though I was always like, oh, that would be cool to be one. But you see, just like we said in the beginning, like, you do not have to be necessarily the designer. You can have
No.
other sets, skill set of skills
Yeah.
that helps a project, and ergo becoming part of a
Have
project.
this. You have a lot of homepages that you can hire people.
Yes, exactly.
You have coders, designers, community managers, social media manager. You have
A
everything.
lot. And the game goes big and you're making money, you need lawyers, you need accountants, you need, even if you don't have your accounting team, you are like CryptoContador means crypto accountant. And you know what I mean? Like, and man, it's a whole world. And people looking for a job, people looking for new opportunities for changing your. I would say, man, this is a new world. Don't be afraid. This is not magic. It's work. And if you do it right, exactly. If you do it right, it may work.
Absolutely.
So you can. Thank you very, very much for your time again. Thank you for
thank you for having me.
We're gonna put this in our. You're gonna have under the video in the description. You're gonna have all the social media, the Discord, the Twitter, the all that. Please, do you have a final?
Thank you all on the Discord.
Exactly, for the community.
Fun to chat to you and talk to you people. Really fun.
It's really nice, man. We have people from all around the world. We have a Japanese channel there going on, man. Spanish channel, English channel. People from Africa, from Mexico, from Sweden. I don't know what you think about personal yoga, but for me, that's nice, man. That's just nice. You know.
It's nice to connect with people all around the world.
Exactly. So for you guys on the Discord watching this, thank you very much. And thank you for being the first ones. We are planning to make a lot more videos of this, being present with the community, give our faces, ask
questions, everything.
Ask questions, everything. Exactly. We are going to have this game happening, and us, the community, we're gonna play it so much that the monetization of it is gonna pay us back via ads, right? Like, that's a simple plan, but we think it may work. So
it's a proven plan.
Yeah, let's see how it goes, and we need your support. We need you there. Tell your friends. Let's bring in more people. We want real people in the channel. And we rather have 500 real people participating in there than 20,000 bots. So, thank you, Yuke, and we're talking soon again.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, man. Thank you very much. Take care, brother.
Bye. Hey, Kariba.